Hey everyone, welcome back. Now, now today we're going to be showing up some more stash hauls and additions. So, what this pretty much is that I went over to one of my neighbor's places who was selling some mall kits again. To figure take another look through his stuff, see if there was anything of interest, and did did end up getting quite a few goodies for a fairly reasonable price. So so starting off with got got this fairly old Tamiya kit of a Mercedes-Benz 500 SEC, which is a fairly which when I seen this, I figured, of course, probably want to expand on my Tamiya kit collection. So, and of course, this is actually a fairly nice looking car, and of course, does look does look like a fairly sporty car. And the cool thing that I found with this is it actually comes with under hood detail, which was a main which seeing that was a good reason to get this kit. And not exactly sure what year this is from, but my guess probably mid 80s or somewhere around there. But this definitely going to be definitely going to get I'm hoping to get this built along with several others eventually. So that's the first of them. And then the next couple here, the next two here are there's some rebuilds. Now these ones here are fairly rare ones. First one here's the AMT Ertl Tennessee Thunder tractor pull car. So these ones I haven't seen any of these before. So of course being a car styled dragster, figured that'd be pretty interesting to work on. And then with this, it had been built up at one point. Here's a poster that comes with it. So I got the car all here, and I'm fairly certain all the pieces are here. If not, I can just easily find something in my parts bin. So this I'm going to be really looking forward to. And then similarly to that, probably an icon for some. Got the AMT Ertl Orange Blossom Special 2 Chevy truck. Now, the guy had three of these. One was the parts, which one was parts and the other two were complete kits. But seeing the price of this kit and seeing how it goes for retail, it was a bit out of my price range, so end up buying the parts kit version, which which looked pretty nicely done. And similar with the Tennessee Thunder, I do believe everything is here. If not, I can just figure out, find some parts or something else about that. So, of course, with this, you got quite a bit more detail, like got the exposed engine, then extra part, and then the detailed pieces. So, yeah, it looks fairly nice. Don't have many don't have too many 80s AMT Ertl kits, so those are definitely nice to have. And then this one here got got a Fruhoff 40-foot external post van trailer, which the entire see if I can get it here. And so got the trailer kit here. Now this one here, it's a partially built model, but what my plan is actually with this is, I know it's upside down for now, but most of you will get what I'm saying. Well, what I'm thinking of doing is simply just weathering up the trailer to look like it's been beaten, used, and potentially left abandoned for a couple years. So, along with that, I'm also planning on doing some. I've been looking on some tutorials on scale model graffiti work. So, one thing I'm thinking about doing is do graffiti it up in different stuff, and have one thing I'm having the YouTube channel name plastered on the side of the trailer. That will, yeah, be a little homage to the channel. Add some great detail, and 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 it may look like I'm missing some pieces, but everything else is stuffed inside the trailer. So yeah, so there's that, and then get this put away. And then a cool kit that I didn't know that existed is this Turbo Camaro from Monogram. Now I did do the AMT Chevera Camaro, which was a pretty good kit. Haven't built the Revell 79 Camaro, but this here does look. When I saw this, especially being a 1/20th scale model, I was definitely interested in getting this. And I don't have it with me, but I could, if I had, I could have gotten the kit or my Camaro that I built. And then, you could definitely, not sure if you could easily tell or not, but I do see in person, comparing to a basic 24/25th scale kit, this is definitely a much larger size, and and will have some fairly cool detail work to it. And of course, this one does have an opening hood. And the interesting thing about it being a Camaro, a turbo Camaro, you wouldn't necessarily find too many of these. So this is going to be cool to work on. Now, of course, don't 1/20th scale kits in general, don't find those all that often anymore. So yeah, so that's a good one for the collection. And then let's see here, what else? Now, a couple of ones here are gonna be some fairly unique ones, but first let me just clear. I'll just quickly clear off my table here. Okay, so with everything all cleared now, one of the next things that I got here that's going to, I'm thinking it's going to really impress people is this kit here, the Revell 1/16 scale Chevy 4x4 truck. Now this thing here, absolutely massive. And of course, for a 1/16 scale kit, definitely hard to pass up. And especially that the seller actually gave me a good deal on this. And the reason for that actually is a bit surprising how in here there's three actual kits. Three actual kits in here. Haven't messed around too much. We have one have a black one in black, which not sure if this was this might have been paint. No, by the looks of it, it was all just molded in black. So that's cool. And then got the desert beige. Now compared to your standard Revell truck kits that a lot of you are probably familiar with, just seeing the size of this thing, is a lot much greater in size. Of course, the considering these been in storage for quite some time, they are definitely going to be needing a good cleaning. And as far as I've found, I've only got one of the truck canopies, which from what I've heard from people, it's a fairly sporty yet bizarre canopy, as you don't find many canopy styles like this anymore. Yeah, so then my guess this was probably meant for a style side bed, but going on a step side bed looks quite a bit disproportionate. So there's those, and then there's also what I'm guessing Bentley, an old Bentley Speedster. Yeah, so don't have too much information on what this is, but from the looks of it, there may be enough parts to complete it. If not, this could be a good junkyard build. Yeah, and then with the truck, going back to the truck a bit, does have these really nice these either rock crawling or these all-terrain tires with some pretty good insignia on it. It's got some Mickey Thompson lettering on it. Okay, Mickey Thompson Baja Kings. And then it does have, maybe a bit hard to tell, but there is some other lettering on here. By the looks of it, it says load range. Yeah, having the load range and apply ratings, nylon tubeless tires. So that's some pretty good detail on these, and fairly quite rubbery. So yeah, so there's those. I'm definitely going to eventually want to do a complete video on just focusing on this kit itself, as there hasn't been too much information about these on YouTube. So who knows, maybe change things up a bit. So yeah, and let's see, where did it? So yeah, so this was a pretty cool thing to find. Oh, let me put that back in here. Some stuff around. Hopefully everything can fit steadily. Okay. There we go. And then what else? I did find. Now this one here is a first to the collection. I did find my first Johan kit of the Chrysler turbine car, which I've seen a few people showing theirs off. So might as well join along and have my own version. Now this one here, of course, this one here did cost me quite a significantly amount more than other kits. But considering this is a fairly odd kit, it's a pretty nice addition to have. And then just like anything else, does have, my version at least, is molded in a bit of an off-white. One thing that I'm actually quite surprised about is it's actually has a textured roof. But yeah, so that's pretty nice. And of course, but I also see that I do have quite a lot of flashing on mine, which is a bit surprising for me at least, seeing this on older kits, but nothing too much of a concern, as you can definitely see that it's just peeling off. And if I do get around to building this, I know for sure that this is going to be needing, the parts itself is going to be needing a really good clean over. So, yeah, so not sure as of yet if I'm going to build this, but it's definitely something I'd be looking forward to building, as you don't really see many of these kits come around anymore. And the fact that I didn't have to go on eBay or other places to find it makes it even more special. And then another kit that's quite kind of special to me, that essentially completes the journey to finding all the pieces for, is this old AMT Earl Kenworth T600. Now, I do, like how I mentioned a few times, I do have the Kodak race car trailer to go with it. And in the instructions, it says to use the T600. For a while there, I thought this would be a very difficult kit to find. But sure enough, ended up finding one later on. So now I got the trailer, the car, now the truck. So all that's needed to do is just have some time, build all three of those up, and have a fairly nice display piece. And when I saw the kit on the shelf, I was hoping that everything would be there and complete. And sure enough, all the parts are still in the factory sealed bags, which I really like. As you can pretty much guarantee, everything's going to be there. So that's going to be nice. So yeah, and of course, this truck hasn't seen the light. The tooling for this kit probably hasn't been seen in many decades, as pretty much the only releases it got were in the 90s. So, well, there's that, and then yeah, so that's pretty much all that I got. Definitely some very cool stuff. And a little bit of a side note, I am getting closer to finishing up the Scania truck, so hopefully by middle of the week. So hopefully by the weekend, or if not middle of the month, I'll have some progress reports to show off, and then we'll probably show some stuff on the Corvettes. So yeah, so I think that'll be it for this video, and of course, see you next time.